Well, welcome to Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy. I am Sandy Sanders. I am your host and creator of Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy. We are a global platform that is powered by CTR Media Network, where we are heard in over 350 million viewers worldwide and 100 countries global. We have authors, anthology book projects, event tours, speakers, global speakers, and most of all, I say that it is for you. Why is that? Because one, you may be looking for a good book to read, and secondly, you may be looking for a great event to attend. Well, tonight is no different. We're on a tour. As you all know, that for about a month now, we have been introducing you, the audience, to the phenomenal speakers that are part of the Sister Leaders Conference 2024. And as you know, that is being hosted by the phenomenal, yes, Dr. Karen Hills-Pruden, who is the CEO and the founder of the Sister Leaders community. And so tonight it is my pleasure to have these phenomenal individuals, these ladies, powerhouse. Yes, they are trailblazers, and we are going to be having a conversation. They're on a speaker tour, and as you can see, we're talking about more. As you know, 2024 came in, and everyone was saying, yes, more. Well, Dr. Pruden, she is saying more. Women deserve to be seen more, heard more, and paid more. So on October the 4th through the 5th, 2024, right in Portsmouth, Virginia at the Rivers Casino. Yes, it is going to be happening. Yes. And so I need you to go ahead and share this out, because tonight I have the one and only. I've interviewed her in the past. She is no stranger to the Coffee Conversation community and audience. So tonight, y'all, yes, we're bringing her back. And we're talking about CEO of Perfect Pitch Group. Yes, the pitch master herself, Precious L. Williams. She is the founder and CEO of Perfect Pitch Group. It is a company that is revolutionized the pitching industry and helping you convert conversation into currency. And I also have, it is my privilege, Adebola Ajao. She is a doctor. She is an epidemiologist. She's an author, keynote speaker, personal developer, coach, wife, and mother. She has received her doctorate in philosophy degree. So we're going to have an opportunity to meet her along with Coach Precious. And I'm telling you, this conversation is going to be phenomenal. They are on speaker tour. So we're going to do our intro one more time. And I am going to bring these ladies center to the table so we can have this conversation. Listen, I already know what I'm up against. Y'all are saying, what's happening? 9 o'clock, Sandy. Y'all know, you know what's happening, right? Well, I do know what's happening. So hang tight with me. I am aware our vice president is in her debate tonight. So listen, I thank you for tuning in. You could be anywhere else, but you're here with me on tonight. So listen, stay tuned, and we'll be right back with you. Welcome to Coffee Conversations with Sandy and Friends, a weekly talking segment with invited guests, best-selling authors, international speakers, coaches, and business leaders. A collective conversation aimed to empower, encourage, inspire all that listen.
So welcome to our show, Coffee Conversations with Sandy and Friends. Welcome to Coffee Conversations with Sandy and Friends.
Hey, listen, I am now ready to bring these phenomenal women on. So without further ado, here they are. Yes, indeed. Yes, hey, ladies, how are you? Dr. Adebola, I'm so sorry, I don't want to mess up your name, but Precious, how you doing? Dr. Adebola, yes, Ajoda, how are you?
Well, thank you. Thank you. Good to be here.
Absolutely. And Coach Precious, how you doing? Oh, welcome back.
You know what? I'm ready to jump out of my skin. Don't let me get in my zone. Don't let me get in my zone. Yes, we're going to have a good time tonight. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, indeed. We had ladies, you're on a tour. You're on the tour for the Sister Leader Conference. We're going to give a great big shout out to the phenomenal, yes, Dr. Karen Hills-Pruden. Woo woo! Yes, indeed, for doing such a phenomenal work over the past 4 years, bringing individuals like yourself, your keynotes, your trailblazers in your own right, leading the path for women. And so tonight, as you are continuing to share the message, continuing to share about what's about to take place in October in Virginia, your ladies, I know you're going to be bringing it. Listen, Dr. Ajao, I would love for you to come on and introduce yourself to our audience. Listen, guys, and all of my audience, thank you, Facebook. I do see you, and YouTube. I see you as well. Thank you. We're going to be getting this shared out. But at this time, we're going to hear from Dr. Adebola Ajao.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sandy. I know my name is a tongue twister, it's an African name, so I pardon you. It's Adebola Ajao, and I'm a pharmacoepidemiologist by training. I know that's another tongue twister, but just think of it. I've been in public health for over 20 years and women's health for over 10 years. My specialty is in drug safety. I'm also an author, I'm a speaker, and I'm also the founder of Empower Initiatives, and it's an organization that empowers professional women to find their passion and walk in their purpose so they can maximize their impact. So I'm here and I'm excited to be part of this Sister Leaders Conference. I met Dr. Karen only about 6 months ago, but I was drawn to her power, her passion for professional and leadership development, and we connected. And so when she told me about this conference, I jumped in. I was excited. I'm going to be her chair of operations. I'm going to be there live for all the 2 days, soaking in all the goodness from all the phenomenal speakers. I'm so super excited. And I'm also part of anthology, the anthology that she's doing, the book on leadership. So it's all very, very exciting times. I just cannot wait to meet you, Precious. I cannot wait to meet all the phenomenal women that are going to be live. So looking forward to all of this and spending time with you tonight.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for that phenomenal intro. You all, I do need you to go ahead and get those names. Drop at least five individuals. Get it shared out. We got some communities. I tell you, you're leaders of leaders, coaches of coaches. And without further ado, we're talking about the pitch master herself. Had the privilege of meeting her for the very first time back in 2019. Oh my goodness, in Biloxi, Mississippi. Yes. Oh my. And I'm telling you, we have crossed paths, connected. She is truly a supporter of our platform, our podcast. And listen, she stays busy. Anytime we can get her to sit down to give us an interview, it is always an honor. But lady, I'm so glad you're here. Listen,
thank you. Listen, you already know.
Everyone, talk to us.
So everyone, listen, I'm delighted to be here. And to our queen, even if your name is powerful, so we need to say it right. We need to say it right in the world, okay? So teach us how to say it. I love your name. Listen, my name is Precious, and sometimes people call me Princess. I'm like, in the same family. I'm with it. I'm with it. So, good evening, everybody. I'm Precious Williams. I am the firecracker out of St. Louis, Missouri. I live in New York City. I'm known for bringing energy, funk, and noise to the stage. I am the killer pitch master. I slay all competition with a killer pitch. I am an international professional speaker. Almost 30 years. I'm a five-time number one best-selling author, 13-time national elevator pitch champion. You might have seen me on Shark Tank, CNN, Wall Street Journal, Forbes magazine, Fox Business is America's Real Deal. I mean, we go on and on, movies and documentaries around the world. I am also at 45 years old, hashtag this is 45. I am the creative outsider, the ultimate rainmaker, the atmosphere shifter. And when you see me, all of that is going to precede me before I enter the room. I love what I do, and I love the fact that this is Sister Leaders Conference. I know what it's like to be stumped on, kicked to the curb, treated like I did not matter. And now those very same people are in my inbox. How did I do it? We're going to talk about that at the Sister Leaders Conference, because we're going to bring this. Come get this work.
Yes, indeed. Well, listen, we're about to get this party and conversation started. I am super, super excited. I want you to hear some information from our fierce leader. Yes, she's got a promo out there. So we're going to just kind of step back and hear from, Dr. Karen Pruden, who is the CEO and founder of the Sister Leader Conference. All right. And so we're going to just hear from her. And then we'll go ahead and get started here. Just one moment. Are y'all having a great night? Listen, we already know. This is so interesting. Timing could not have been any more perfect. And I know we're talking about leaders, but I've been thinking about this all day. And I'm like, excuse me, Dr. Karen, the timing of this conference and literally what's happening tonight that is going to be taking place at 9:00. We have our vice president, who is a Black female, doing a debate who's going to be, yes, the next president of the United States. Right now, I'm just like, look how things are lining up. Y'all want to acknowledge on and talk about that for a moment while I pull up her video? Either one of you.
I definitely think the timing is perfect to watch sisters rise, right?
Yeah.
And like I remember watching the Olympics, and Sha'Carri Richardson was running. She was running the anchor of the 4x4, and they were panning to these other two women. And Sha'Carri, because she was out of focus, you couldn't see where she was, but she was focused on her focus. So by the time they panned her, she was already winning. And so you have to understand, like, just because y'all are not paying attention, I stay focused on my focus. And that's what she's going to do tonight. That's what she has been doing. Behind the scenes, a lot of things could be happening. A lot of things can look crazy in the background. Yes. When you're the main character, you stay focused on your focus. And that's why the Sister Leaders Conference, that's why tonight is so important. And even though the debate is happening tonight, you also need to see there are other sisters out here who remain focused on making sure that other sisters rise to the occasion and they lead and ask for more, earn more, speak more, say more to keep this momentum going.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So we're going to hear what the promo is from Dr. Karen. And so y'all just bear with me here for one moment.
I'm proud of you. I can't do all that at the same time, Queen. You get it.
As we see. Yes, indeed. I love it. I've been looking forward to this conversation all day. And I'm going to play a commercial, and then when I do that, then I can pull up this other. Our sponsor is none other than Dr. Jonathan Haynes. And so we're going to hear from our sponsor. And then once we do that, we'll come back and have our conversation, ladies. Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Jonathan Haynes, and I'm so honored to be a sponsor for Book Talks with Sandy Sanders. I am offering my services to you. Yes, you heard that right. I am the Songbird of the South, Gospel Award-winning recording artist, 5-time international best-selling author, motivational speaker, educator, mental health coach, vocal coach, and I'm offering my service to you. Yes, you heard that right. You can reach me at phone number 228-313-9068 or reach me by email, sbirdproductions56@gmail.com. I'm looking forward to connecting with you, and let's continue to support Dr. Sandy Sanders with Book Talks with Sandy Sanders. God bless you all.
Yes, indeed. We're ready now. I always smile when Dr. Jonathan's promo comes on, and I say, he just started excited. Listen, you want to contact Dr. Jonathan Haynes. Yes, indeed. At this time, we are ready now to hear from Dr. Karen Hills-Pruden. Yes, indeed. And all the information for the upcoming conference for sure.
– 777.
Support courtesy of Sister Leaders. Attention, all women leaders. Join us at the 2024 Sister Leaders Conference, October 4th and 5th at Rivers Casino in Portsmouth, Virginia. More. Women deserve to be seen more, heard more, and paid more. Hosted by the locally grown, globally recognized leadership strategist, Dr. Karen Hills-Pruden. Register now at sisterleadersconference.com. Learn, grow, lead.
Yes, indeed. One moment. At this time, I'm now going to have this conversation and introduce to you each of these ladies. Again, they are on tour. Sister Leaders Conference, that is hosted by Dr. Karen Hills-Pruden. And one of the things is that Sister Leaders is a global community. It's an exceptional loaded with exceptional females that are leaders of every generation. This is going to be a 2-day event. It's a 2-day event for you to connect, to create, and to contribute. So connection, creation, and contribution. The conference is going to bring together hundreds of professional women who are all over, who are dedicated to increasing the number of female leaders in the world. Had a conversation, ladies, with Dr. Pruden, and one of the things that she said is that the Sister Leaders community also include men. So men, you're listening tonight. You may be in the background while your significant other, your wife, your sister, you may be listening in the background. Yes, some men will be in the house. And one we know is the phenomenal Che Brown, who is going to be also one of the keynotes. Well, tonight I do want you, I'm going to step back and allow these ladies. We're first going to kick it off with Precious. And so one of the things I want to ask, the question is, what can we expect from you? Well, first of all, why did you say yes, Precious? Coach Precious, listen, you're phenomenal, globally known, have been on Shark Tank, as you said, CNN, Wall Street Journal, Forbes, Black Enterprise. What was it so much about this particular conference this year that you said yes?
This is my 45th year on this earth. Hashtag this is 45. And this year I wanted to do quite a few things that I'd never done before. And so Dr. Karen Hills-Pruden and I, we spoke last year, and we weren't able to get our schedules together for last year's event. Right. And so when she reached out again and we talked about it, I said, I want to be there. Number one, when you think about sister leaders, all I can see is the sea of women who've been fighting the pandemic, economic downturn, social unrest, so many things happening with family, so many things happening out in the world. And they need a space to feel safe, a space to hear from women who have gone through hard times, but have actually overcome and are not going to bleed on them, but are going to show them how to show up better, how to ask for more, how to stand in their power. Why would I not show up for that? Why would I not want to speak to that? If anything, just knowing 6 years ago, I walked out of homelessness. Before that, having a big life. And now, 6 years later, having restarted my company, having had the corporate clients that I have, being able to show up fully as I am, to command the fees that I do, to train the sales teams of some of the biggest companies in the world, that was never promised to the little girl from the hood of St. Louis, Missouri. And it definitely wasn't promised when I hit rock bottom 2 or 3 times in this lifetime. So in year 45, this had to be the game changer, to no longer be afraid, to understand the rooms that I'm in and bringing other sisters into those rooms. That you don't have to look, sound, and act like what we've been accustomed to seeing, and to show up and to show out. And people will pay because of the value and the impact that you bring. But if you do not know how to pitch yourself and advocate for yourself, it won't happen. So that's what I'm going to bring to the stage, the fullness of who I am in these 45 years, no longer having a code switch, no longer having to be what people want me to be, but to be who God showed me to be, and to bring that to the stage. And so you already know, Queen, you don't know what my hair is going to look like. You don't know what the outfit going to look like, but we both know I'm coming bold. I'm coming loud. I'm coming strong, and I'm coming to make sure that now you not only dream big, you ask bigger of yourself and everyone around you.
Yeah. Dr. Joa, and she said something very key, is that we have to advocate for ourselves. I love it. And that's how I flow, because I can hear one thing and it propels us into the conversation.
Yep.
So when you hear that, and even in what you're bringing to the table, your excitement, your change message, how important is it for us to advocate, not just saying women of color, but us as females and female leaders? How important is it for us to advocate for ourselves?
It's extremely important for us to advocate for. Forget the imposter syndrome. What is that? We are real and we are powerful, and we need to show the world that we are. We need to take the veil off. We need to show up as our authentic self with all our strengths, all our skills, all our experiences, even our challenges, because a lot of what we're here for, what we're called to do, is born out of our challenges. So we need to show up as who we are boldly, advocate for ourselves, be present, be in the room with all these other powerful women, and be in the room with all these powerful women and show up with your gifts and serve. So it's very important to advocate for yourself. If you don't advocate for yourself, who will? Nobody. At some point in my career, I kept looking up. I was looking for mentors that looked like me, and I could not find. And that was what propelled me to pivot, even though I've been a scientist for many years, and I'm still a scientist, and I love what I do in public health. But I wanted to pivot into that leadership position. I realized I can't keep looking up. I have to look around me. I have to birth forth my gift. And guess what? I need to find other sister leaders around me so we can empower each other to keep moving forward and serve like we're called to do.
Yes, and that was perfect, as both of you are saying, the reason why we have to show up for ourselves. We have to advocate for ourselves. I do see you all in the audience. Thank you all so much for showing up. Listen, we are here tonight with these two phenomenal women that are going to be speaking, taking the stage live on October the 4th and the 5th in Virginia with the Sister Leaders Conference. Yes, we're talking about more what? More seen more, heard more, paid more. Just, yes, women deserve it. And so tonight, as they begin to share with you just a snippet, we want you to register. I have across the bottom, we've got the link there, and you do have the opportunity. Today is the last day. Listen, I always say, if you got a trip coming up, why not put that date in for October the 4th and the 5th and invest in yourself? There is a buy one, get one free opportunity. We'll share about that in a little bit later. But I want these ladies to go ahead. We're going to step back. I'm going to yield back and allow Precious to come on. And Dr. Ajao and I are going to step back as she lets us know just a snippet of what she and what we're going to be able to expect when she takes that center stage. Yes, on October the 4th and the 5th.
Wait, I thought we just did that.
Oh,
No.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
I thought we just answered that. You know, I don't want to give them too much, but you went like, you know, you want me to give them a little crumbs.
I know you got more. I know you got more. But listen, give us your message. That's you said yes, and I do get it with the advocating how you're going to show up boldly. But I want you to give us, if you will, give us one thing that we can walk away with. You're also going to have a virtual audience. And so I'm loving it. I love what you're doing. So we're going to step back and let you take it away.
All right. So one of the biggest things that I've seen as a killer pitch master, being a 13-time national pitch champion, and in judging competitions, hosting competitions, and then being a speaker, is people seem to think that all I can do is pitch. Well, that's one way people came to know me. But the longer that I've been in this game, the longer that I've been a top Fortune 100 corporate sales trainer, the longer that I've entered these spaces that I never thought or even knew existed, I started to recognize that there's more to sales. There's more to advocating than just saying words. You have to think about how you're packaged, positioned, and then pitched. So the question that I'm going to throw out to the audience, and I want y'all to think about this now. Are you the Kia, the Lexus, or the Rolls Royce of your industry? If this conference is all about being seen more, heard more, and paid more, people are going to pay for that Rolls Royce. They're going to make sure they get the best of everything. The Lexus, they're going to pay for. The Kia, all of them are going to get you from point A to point B. And the Kia is you're going to get from point A to point B. It doesn't have to have all the nice bells and whistles. The Lexus are going to step it up a notch. But when it comes to the Rolls Royce, everyone's going to pay for that. They're going to find a way or make one for the Rolls Royce. If you treat yourself like the Rolls Royce of the industry, how would you show up at events? If you are the Rolls Royce of the industry, you want to attract people to you. And it's not about being the loudest, but how are you positioned? On social media, do you come across as someone who is at every event, or are you at specific events? Are you someone that people know to contact for specific speaking engagements, for specific things that are happening in the industry, or for everything? And I want you to position yourself as the Rolls Royce. So if you have the Rolls Royce mentality, or even going from Kia to the Lexus, what does that actually mean? What does it mean to show up like that? What does it mean for people to consider you like that? And we're going to break it down so it's forever broke. If you want to know where the money reside, you have to be able to pitch in a way that pays and slays. So these are some of the things that I'm going to talk about at the Sister Leaders Conference in my keynote. So going beyond just pitching, but what does packaging and positioning do to helping you being seen? If no one knows you, you're not getting paid. If the right people don't know you, you're not going to get paid. You're not going to have that kind of impact. If the position you have in the marketplace is anybody can have you, that's why most of us aren't going to get paid. If you are seen as average, random, and ordinary, ain't going to work. But if you're considered rare and you have a talent that most people do not have, and you're able to break it down so it's forever broke, it's kind of like this. I am going to speak in New Orleans this weekend. After that, Rhode Island. After that, we're coming to Sister Leaders Conference. After that, then it's Wisconsin. After that, Toronto, Canada. Why is that? Because the more people see me, the more they hear me, the more that I am paid to bring a different value and a different resource that no one else can do. How do people refer to you in the marketplace? Do they just say your name and people just automatically know who you are? Or is it, I don't know. So these are some of the things that we're going to talk about, because if you want to be seen, heard, and paid more, it's time to understand, are you the Kia, the Lexus, or the Rolls Royce of the industry? And this is coming from a queen who just spoke at BMW 2 weeks ago. Why is this important? If you're at the right events with the right people, you don't need to make this a popularity contest. If the right people know you, you're positioned correctly. Does that help, Queen?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. I'm taking notes, doing double stuff all back here.
Well, also, Queen, and I also just want to say this. Before I had 3 billboards in Times Square, before I wrote 5 #1 best-selling books, 5 in 4 years, before anybody knew my name, I had to win pitch competitions. I had to get out there. I had to showcase that I'm truly the best in the world at what I do. I didn't have to have a celebrity name, but I had to step into the celebrity of being the killer pitch master.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter who you put before me. It doesn't matter how big their name is. Who else knows 6 forms of pitching? Who else has the type of clientele with the Googles and LinkedIn's and the Microsofts of the world? Still black on both sides, no Brazilian butt lip, no 6-pack abs. Who can show up? People trying to figure out, which way is she coming? Is her hair going to be blue haze, or is it going to be blue smoke or purple haze? Is it going to be pink? Whatever it may be, but still polished and professional. Think about that.
Yeah. Wow. So listen, Precious is going to be in the room. You want to also be in the room and get the nuggets, learn or grab what you can. If it's just one thing that can pivot and make a change in your leadership, where you're moving, how you're going to move, how you're going to navigate this next season in where you are in your leadership ranking, whether you're a C-suite, whether you are a leader in, I even say, if you're a leader in your home, you're a leader you're a leader in your church, in your community. Listen, wherever it is that you are leading others, then yes, there's a space for you in this room. And so that's what Precious is letting you know. You got to show up for yourself, advocate for yourself, and know that, listen, all the tools, whatever you need, is going to be found on this weekend of October the 4th and the 5th. At this time,
get in the room. This is the right room to be in. Have you seen the speakers? Not just me and Queen. Have you seen the key?
Get in the room for sure. At this time, we are now going to hear from another speaker, and it is none other than Dr. Ajao. And if she will, come on and let us hear it.
Thank you, Precious, for setting me up nicely. In order for us as women to be seen more, heard more, and paid more, guess what? We need to maximize our potential. How do we maximize our potential? We need to actually know what our potential is. What does that mean? I believe we need to understand our purpose, and our purpose is our passion plus who we're serving with it. So let's just step back a little bit and understand that what purpose, people call it different things. Maybe it's your calling, maybe it's your North Pole, it's your direction, your final goal, whatever you call it. I call it my purpose. But in order to maximize your potential, you really need to understand who you are. And I really, truly believe that our potential is already in us. We just have to harness it. We have to understand what our skills are, what's unique about us, what's our passion, what's our experience, what's our talents. We need to harness all of that. We need to lean into it. We need to maximize it in order for us to reach our potential. And most importantly, I believe that we need to serve with it. Because if we're not serving, then we're only serving ourselves. We're not serving others, we're only serving ourselves. In order for us to truly maximize our potential, we need to be serving someone. Like Precious just said, we need to find our niche. We need to understand our uniqueness. What is it about us? Are we the Rolls Royce? Let me borrow her words. You need to understand what's your Rolls Royce? Who am I? And what do I bring to the table? What's unique about me? And how do I lean into that and maximize it in order to serve somebody, to get paid more, to get seen more, and to be heard more? So my purpose is all about trying to help women, professional women, and professional women leaders to understand what's unique about them, what are their strengths, and bring those strengths and uniqueness to the table so they can be of better service, they can be better positioned, they can be better sought after for what is unique about them, and they can use that to serve in order to be seen more, paid more, and heard more. Back to you, Sandy.
Boom.
Exactly. She just dropped the mic for sure, for sure.
For sure.
She did. Because you know what I grabbed? She said lean in. And you know, people have begun to say the lean in, they began to use that kind of loosely a while back. But I felt that. And I felt it whenever you said that what you're going to do is those that are really needing to strengthen their leadership skills. That's what are your strengths? You're going to help them find their strength. And it could be just, I always say it's that one thing that can shift the difference. And Precious, talk about it. What was that one thing that comes to mind for you that it made a major difference for you in your leadership, where you are in leadership now?
One major thing that really came to me is I understood why I never fit in. I finally understood that as a leader, I'd rather be respected than liked, right? Because there's something that I'm sent here to do, right? And so when I had my second chance at life, my Heavenly Father said, you will not go back to the people that said it was impossible. There's no way you'll be on stage. There's no way that certain people are ever going to look at you. So why am I listening to people who already burned bread on me? Mm-hmm. He gave me a gift in that time when I was homeless, in that time that, it was just he and I at night. He would say, your second chapter is going to be better than your first. Mm. And I couldn't quite understand. So when I walked out of darkness, he said, your network and everyone around you has to change. So I had to go to events where no one knew me, where it was pure talent that got me through that door. And once I was able to, when people are just doing their pitches, I could blow everyone away.
Yeah.
That talent alone in different spaces was going to be lifted up because they'd never seen someone do it like me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it reminded me of something that happened when I started my first company, Curvy Girls Lingerie. All the people that said no, it won't work. You're 327 pounds, too fat, too black, no Ivy League degree. Well, my second chance, if I made it past that and I raised $750,000 for a company people said would never make it, then in the second iteration of this, I had to be around people who knew nothing but what stood before them. And that would usher me into rooms that I would show people how to pitch for profit. That is how they would they would crack the door. They would walk me through because they weren't stuck on past. They weren't stuck on the things that I had done wrong. They were like, she has something that no one in this room, no one in our network has. Push her forth. It felt like a David and Goliath.
Yeah.
So instead of putting on, I know her, him, he made me. No. God made me. Mm-hmm. And my slingshot is pitching. And I'm going to knock all of these people out. And I'm going to show you how it's done. And I'm going to give him the glory. But then he said, plot twist, flip the script. You are a former attorney. Let's bring it. Let's plot twist on him. Bring back that legal training. Pair that with entrepreneurship and let's show them how to make it rain like snow. You are gifted in business development sales. You're gifted in client acquisition. They've only seen one part that got you into this game. Now let's flex on them. Let us show you at 38, your life was supposed to end. At 45, 7 years later, clean and sober. Let's unleash on people. You want to be seen more? You want to be heard more? You want to be paid more? We don't stay around people who don't see it for us. We get in other rooms and we show people, oh, the last will be first. You never saw me coming. That weight, my skin color, all those things that you think will help me back really didn't. You're the gatekeeper, but you don't know who owns the gate. Thanks.
Dr. Ajao, come on. I know. Yes, 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 yes.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm turned up.
I know. Listen.
Let's get turned up. I'm ready.
We are not made to fit in. We are not made to fit in. We are not made to fit in. We need to stand in our uniqueness. We need to stand in our power. We need to stand in our voice. We need to come with it. We need to understand it. For me, I work in a large organization, huge federal public health agency. You can hardly see Black women there. You come in. I'm also international. I'm also Nigerian. I came to this country many years ago as a student and trying to fit in, trying to do all of that, working in this huge organization, feeling really hard to be seen. It's hard to be heard. You feel like you're just slaving away. And, I was raised to think you can only do one thing, right? So, you're a scientist, go in and do that one thing. And I got to a point, I got to a point where I just was frustrated. I felt like I was in public health, but I felt like I wasn't thriving. So I needed to go in and figure out, who am I? Who has God made me to be? It's gotta be more than just being the scientist. I love the science, but there's got to be more. There's got to be more. And, God gave me that inspiration to write my book. And I wrote that book, Empowered Women, 5 Principles for Living Your Best Life and Fulfilling Your Potential. Yes. And then from there, I said, what else am I going to do with this book? I founded my organization, Empowering Initiatives that can empower other professional women that are also struggling to be seen, to be heard, to find their power, to find their uniqueness in order to be able to have their impact. And then I'm hanging around wonderful, amazing sisters like Precious and Yusani and Dr. Karen, my wildest dreams. So I am living my best life. Being around this amazing women, doing my thing, loving everything, even as a mother of 3, I'm doing what I need to do, raising my children, doing my work, running my business, and empowering all these other women to know that they too are unique. They too have a calling. They too can live their best life. They too can maximize their impact. They too can show up, and they too can be around other empowered women, empowering each other. And that's what I'm about. Absolutely.
I love it. Empowering, and not just yourself, but you're leaving a legacy. You're letting your children know, listen, you can do whatever you want to do when you put your mind and your heart into it. Listen, you all, these ladies are phenomenal. You've got to take advantage. Be in the house. Be in Virginia, October the 4th and the 5th. These ladies want to be there with you. They want to, let them know you saw them on Coffee Conversation, and let them know that, yes, I made a decision to go ahead and be in Virginia. I do see someone in our audience. I want to acknowledge.
Yeah, I wanted to acknowledge her.
Yes.
Dr. Farrah. Is Dr. Farrah?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and
Farrah Lawrence. She is such a bright light. She is a nurse entrepreneur. And I've had the pleasure of meeting her, working with her. And when she shows up, she shows up. We were talking about legacy.
Yeah.
I'm looking at her as one of my legacies. This is a woman who has, gotten a lot of education and decided that she wanted to teach nurses how to open up different income streams for themselves, to take that education and to share it with others in their unique zones of genius. So I want to say, she said, nurses making money moves under Dr. Farrah, you gonna see that. And so when I tell you, thank you for loving me, Dr. Farrah. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for showing up for me, and this shows you. Y'all want to talk about being seen more, heard more, and paid more? This is true. This is what it means. This is what it means to have, raving fans and customers and clients that love you, will show up for you. Even if they show up physically, they will get an online ticket. They will promote you to others. That is the point of being at the Sister Leaders Conference, because oftentimes we think small. So you've got women on here who are like, hey, you have diamonds in your backyard and you've never acknowledged them. What does it mean to call your friend and say, hey friend, we need to go out to the Sister Leaders Conference. Let's get that buy one, get one. And let's be in the space and in the place. They got the right keynotes who aren't going to give that fluff and BS. They're going to show us how to raise our businesses, be corporate baddies, get these promotions, understand how to raise our children and our families better. So Dr. Farah, I want to thank you publicly as well as privately for showing up for me and showing this is what it means to pitch for profit. This is what it means to make it rain. This is what it means to pitch in the comments, because that is what you've been taught. And now look at what she's doing. Thank you, Dr. Farah.
Absolutely. Just showing up. I am going to thank you so much. Do I still have you still with me? You went in the matrix for a second, Precious.
I did.
You there?
I'm here.
Am I still here? Yeah, you just kind of you went in the matrix a little bit, but we heard that last little statement, but it probably is a powerful. So go ahead.
Wait, can y'all see me anymore or no?
Yeah, I can see you. It's just that you went in the matrix just a little bit in talking. That's all. Oh, we can still see you.
Okay. No, I'm just really thankful. And I think as sisters, the more we bring more sisters to the mix, the more we edify them publicly. It's something that I learned from a great king friend of mine, Ramon Ray. Every time we're together, he always edifies speakers. He always edifies the conference organizers and the host. He always edifies when he's in an interview. And so thank you, Dr. Karen Hills-Pruden. Thank you for the keynotes you have. Thank you for the attendees. This is going to be sweet.
It is.
So get yourselves in these rooms. I'm just telling you, because I'm going to be there. You going to be there?
You going to be there? I'm going to be online, but I'll be there.
She said, girl, I'll be watching you. I could have.
We're gonna be there. We're gonna be there in person.
Hey, who knows? At this point, I keep saying I will be there online. Who knows? I may just take a flight. I may show up.
Listen, I've had people do that. Be like, girl, I just have to show up. Let's get this work.
Because it's nothing like being in the room. Listen, you all, we have had an amazing evening. You want to, get registered. I did go ahead and put in that last opportunity. Secure your conference registration. You can secure it for the Sister Leader Conference at the Rivers Casino in Portsmouth, Virginia. Yes, just simply go ahead and go to the website. There is your opportunity. Get your ticket. Be in the room. Be in the room for these 2 days with these amazing, phenomenal women, along with the other keynote speakers that are going to definitely show it to you, tell you about it, but you're the one who have to do the work. And that's the key. You have to do the work. So we're going to make sure that you show up. Come with your pad, your paper, come with your laptop, your iPads, whatever you need. And I always tell our audience, listen, put it on a Post-it note, put it on your head, get the girls in the car, in the SUV, take a flight, whatever you need to do. You need to put this conference on your to-do list. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. I think that's what's most important. You need to do it for you. Show up for you is the message that these ladies have been talking about. Listen, tonight a lot is going on. I want to thank our audience for being here with us on tonight. I want to thank these phenomenal women who will be showing up on October the 4th and the 5th in Virginia at the Sister Leaders Conference. This is year 4. We want to give a great big shout out to the phenomenal, Dr. Karen Hills-Pruden for continuing to have an opportunity and a path for women to sharpen their skills, to show up, to do what? To have more, to be seen more, to be heard more, and to be paid more. I love it. I love it. We've talked about tonight of putting your package together, leaning in, having a purpose. What is your strength? And most of all, advocating for yourself. I want to thank these phenomenal women. I want to thank Precious Williams. Yes, 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 yes. And yes, Dr. Ajao, thank you so much for coming through. Oh my goodness. Listen, you ladies are fabulous. And I want to thank our amazing audience. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you for being here and supporting these ladies. And most of all, we want to see you show up October the 4th and the 5th in Portsmouth, Virginia. All right, at the Sister Leaders Conference 2024. Any last words, ladies, before we wrap it up?
I just want to thank Dr. Karen for this opportunity, for this amazing opportunity for me to be able to meet Sandy, meet Precious, be in the room with you all is such an honor. I'm so honored. And I know that this is going to be such a blessing. This conference is going to be it's going to be so amazing. I'm so excited. Thank you, Sandy, for having us today. And I'm excited to meet you in person, Precious.
Me too, Queen.
Yes, yes. And
Me
this was
too.
so much fun. Tonight was so much fun. So thank you for the opportunity.
And it's my pleasure. I would love to have you ladies back once the conference is over. We'll see what 2025 looks like. Let's come on back and let's do a part 2 or bring your projects. I would love for our audience to know a lot more about you and your contribution of the impact that you're making in this world. Well, listen, I am Sandy Sanders. We want to thank the Sister Leaders Conference team for allowing us to be a part of the Sister Leader Conference 2024. And as always, you guys, you know that I love you. Thank you so much. Share this out. Go back, listen to the replay. But most of all, we want to see you in Virginia. And also go to the website. So you do have that opportunity. If you're not able to make it, it's going to feel just like you're there. So what am I saying? We want you to go ahead and get that virtual ticket as well. And so we thank you, and thank you. As always, I love you. Y'all hang out with me in the green room. I think I got another message. Yes, and Dr. Farah, thank you so much. She says, have a fabulous evening. Thank you, everyone. I look forward to even an opportunity to meet you as well. Everyone, this has been a great conversation. Thank you all for all that you do. Much love to you, Precious. She's in here. She called you the rain-making speaker. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, indeed. Well, listen, guys, y'all hang out with me and listen. We'll see y'all soon. Yes, indeed. Y'all take care.